You ever wake up and feel it before your eyes even open? That weight, that pressure sitting on your chest, like the world's already asking something from you before you've had a chance to breathe. No alarm needed, no reminder, your mind's already running. Thinking about everything you didn't finish, everything you still haven't proven, everything you're afraid you might never become. That's not anxiety, that's awareness. That's the moment you realize you're not built like most people. See, most people wake up looking for comfort, looking for ease, looking for a reason to stay asleep just a little longer. But you wake up tense because deep down you know something's off. You know this life, this version of it ain't enough. And that realization, that's not a gift, that's a burden. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You try to ignore it, distract yourself, tell yourself you'll deal with it later. But later never comes. It just keeps knocking, louder each time, heavier each day, until one morning you sit up and think, if I don't change something, this is going to eat me alive. That's where it starts. Not with motivation, not with inspiration, with dissatisfaction, with the quiet understanding that staying the same hurts more than changing ever could. Nobody warns you about that part. They tell you growth is beautiful. They tell you it's empowering. They tell you it'll set you free. They don't tell you it'll cost you everything familiar. Because the moment you decide you want more, you separate yourself from old habits, old conversations, old versions of yourself. And that separation feels like loss. You start noticing things you didn't before, how shallow the talk is, how repetitive the routines are, how people complain about the same problems year after year and do nothing about it. And suddenly, you don't fit anymore. You're in the room, but you're not in the room. Your mind's somewhere else, already planning, already calculating, already asking questions nobody around you wants to hear. And that makes people uncomfortable. They'll tell you you're overthinking, that you're taking life too seriously, that you should just relax. But what they're really saying is, stop reminding me that I settled. See, your hunger exposes their complacency. Your discipline shines a light on their excuses. And instead of rising to meet you, they try to pull you back down. They call you obsessed. They call you extreme. They say you're doing too much. Funny how nobody says that when you're failing. They only get nervous when you start changing. Because change is unpredictable, and unpredictable people can't be controlled. You felt that shift, didn't you? The moment you stopped sharing your goals, stopped explaining yourself, stopped seeking validation. Not because you didn't care anymore, but because you realized something important. Most people don't want you to win. They want you close enough to feel safe, but never far enough to make them feel small. That's a hard truth to swallow, especially when it comes from people you trusted, people you supported, people you showed up for when you had nothing. But listen carefully now, because this part matters. That betrayal, that disappointment, that's not the end of your story. That's the forge. That's where something inside you hardens. You stop expecting fairness, stop waiting for acknowledgement, stop believing effort alone is enough. You learn that the world doesn't respond to intention. It responds to presence, to force, to consistency, to someone who refuses to disappear. And slowly, your mindset shifts. You stop asking, why me, and start asking, what now? What do I do with this anger, this frustration, this quiet rage that won't let me rest? Most people drown in it. They self-destruct, they numb themselves, they lash out. But you learn to aim it. You turn pain into structure, emotion into discipline, frustration into focus. You start waking up earlier, working longer, cutting distractions without announcing it. You don't feel good doing it, you feel driven. There's a difference. Motivation feels nice. Drive feels necessary. And necessity doesn't ask how you're feeling today. It just moves. Days blur together. Weeks stack up. And suddenly you're not the same person anymore. Your tolerance for nonsense drops. Your standards rise. Your patience for excuses disappears. You stop chasing people. Stop explaining your silence. Stop lowering yourself just to be understood. You realize something powerful. Not everyone deserves access to you. Your time is limited. Your energy is finite, and your potential is expensive. You can't afford to waste it on people who don't respect the cost. So you start choosing differently. You choose solitude over noise, progress over popularity, growth over comfort. And yeah, it gets lonely. There are nights where the silence feels too loud, moments where you wonder if you're doing the right thing, if all this effort is worth it. That's when doubt creeps in, telling you maybe you should slow down, that you're being too hard on yourself, that nobody would blame you for easing up. But let me tell you something real. Doubt shows up when you're close to something meaningful. It doesn't bother with people who aren't moving. You only hear it when you're climbing. And the higher you go, the more aggressive it gets. That's not a sign to stop. That's confirmation you're on the right path. Because comfort never challenges you. Comfort never asks who you really are. Pressure does. Pressure reveals everything. It strips away the mask, the excuses, the illusions. Under pressure, you find out if you're serious or just talking. And you've been under pressure for a long time. That's why you're sharper now, quieter, more deliberate. You don't react the same. You don't chase quick wins. You don't need constant reassurance. You've learned to sit with discomfort. And that skill alone puts you ahead of most people. Because most people run from discomfort like it's death. They avoid it, blame others for it, distract themselves from it. But you learn to live inside it. You learn that discomfort is temporary, but regret lasts forever. So you keep going, even when nobody's clapping, even when progress feels invisible, even when the results are slow, because something inside you knows this isn't about today, this is about who you're becoming. You're building a version of yourself that doesn't fold under pressure, that doesn't need approval, that doesn't crumble when things get hard. You're building resilience. And resilience isn't loud. It's quiet, relentless, patient. It shows up every day, whether it feels like it or not. And one day, without warning, something shifts. You walk into a room and feel it. People look at you differently, speak differently, move differently around you. Not because you demanded respect, but because you earned it. Your presence carries weight now. You don't talk as much. You don't explain. You don't need to. Your actions do the talking. And the same people who doubted you, they start asking questions. How did you do it? When did you change? What's your secret? There is no secret. There's just a version of you they never saw because it was built in silence. In early mornings, late nights, missed parties, uncelebrated wins. They didn't see the discipline, the sacrifices, the internal battles. But you did. And that's why you'll never trade places with them. Because now you understand something most people never will. Success isn't about luck, it's about alignment. Aligning your habits with your goals, your actions with your values, your standards with the future you want. And that requires saying no a lot. No to distractions, no to comfort, no to people who drain you. It requires being misunderstood, being doubted, being talked about. But it also gives you something priceless. Control. Control over your direction, your environment, your destiny. You're no longer reacting to life. You're directing it. And that's dangerous. Dangerous to anyone who benefits from you staying small. So they'll test you. They'll poke, provoke, try to pull you back into old patterns. But you're not that person anymore. You've seen what you're capable of when you stop negotiating with yourself. You've felt the power of consistency, the confidence that comes from keeping promises to yourself. You trust yourself now. And that trust, that's unbreakable. Because it wasn't given to you. It was built, brick by brick, day by day, through pain, through discipline, through refusal to quit. So when life throws something at you now, you don't panic, you adapt. You've been through worse. You survived moments that should have broken you. Then you came out sharper, hungrier, more focused. This isn't arrogance. This is awareness. You know who you are now. And more importantly, you know who you're not. You're not the person who waits for permission. You're not the person who settles. You're not the person who quits when it gets uncomfortable. You're the one who keeps going. Even when it hurts, even when it's lonely, even when nobody understands. Because you're not doing this for applause. You're doing it because you refuse to waste your life. And one day, when the dust settles, when the work shows, when the results speak, you won't need to say a word. They'll see it. They'll feel it. And they'll understand something they never did before. You weren't lucky. You were relentless. And this is only the beginning.